Hello everybody and welcome to the Off Meta series, and in this series I will be playing 3 games of leaders that are not meta, win or lose, updating the gameplay, and hopefully you guys can enjoy the content. Now of course if I make any misplays or any mistakes, it's out there in the open for all you guys to roast me, but joking aside, you know, if I make some mistakes, don't roast me. Give me some constructive criticism in the comments below so that way I can level up my game and give you guys even more entertaining matches. With that being said, let's jump into it. Okay, the first game of 3 games that I'll be playing with Garp. You guys seen the deck list, and I got lucky enough to quote-unquote win the dice roll, and I decided to go second. And I'm going up against Smoker, black versus black, and if you guys have played any black deck, be it in OPO2 or OPO3, you know that you want to go second because all of your admirals, all of your powerful cards, you're going to be playing it on curve. My opening hand, I did not have Borsellino. I instantly just said, yeah, no, I can't keep this hand. I need that Borsellino. Now, when you're playing Garp, for me, the biggest thing is I need to be able to have things on the field that can't be KO'd. Those cards are Borsellino. Those cards are, what's that guy called? Smoker, the character Smoker. I really want to have them on board because I feel like they're very strong. And with us going second, we're able to play turn 2 Borsellino, which is very powerful. So now that I have that, I'm playing it on curve. Obviously, he has 5 Dons, so the only thing that he could do is probably play his own Borsellino or his own Kuzan, but he decides to attach 3 Don and swing it to my face. That's 8k damage. Now, I'm not countering that. I'm not blocking that, but look what I hit. I hit that Impact Wave off trigger. Activate Impact Wave, get rid of that Corazon, so now he has no blocker on board. I kind of luck sack with that, I'm not gonna lie, but he goes ahead and plays another Corazon. So now we got to deal with another blocker. But remember, guys, every time we attach a Don to our leader, if a character is 7 or less, we can lower the cost. So just know that we can pop some things when needed, alright? You know, granted, we don't really have any tools to pop it right now. Obviously, we have our Sakazuki, but right now I'm thinking, okay, it doesn't make sense to go ahead and play Sakazuki and pop the Corazon, right? Because I know that next turn he's probably going to be playing something big, and I'll want to pop that instead with Sakazuki being able to combo that with my leader ability. So I'm like, I bet. Let me go ahead, attach 2 Don. I can swing it to his leader. He takes the hit, which is fine because I was like, okay, whether he takes the hit or not, I get Corazon off the board, or I can even up the life. He decides to take the hit, and I'm able to go ahead and play my Kuzan and draw a card. Now, Kuzan is always going to be a threat because he can make another -4, which basically means with Kuzan on board plus Garp ability, I could just start to reduce anything in the game and just start to pop anything in the game. So this is a huge threat here. I just go ahead and discard my Brook. Guys, if you guys don't know, the reason why I'm playing Brook, the reason why I'm playing Otama, they're just 2k counters. This is a black deck, and I just threw in some 2k counters that are in red, to be quite honest. But he has his own Sakazuki here. And what does he do? I mean, it's a smart play. I would have done the same thing. He plays his Sakazuki to pop my Kuzan for the exact reasons I mentioned earlier. I'm in a bad spot because now he has that big boy on board, but it's a nice play from him. But look what I draw. I drew it to the Cobster. I drew it to number 24. I drew it to Kobe himself. And you know what that means? We have our leader ability, baby. This is where Garp comes in because otherwise, how would I KO it? How would I get it off board? Now, of course, I have my Sakazuki to play with as well. But I can do something very cheap. I can very easily just attach Don to my leader, -3 to the cost of the Sakazuki, swing into him, that's 8k. Will he take the hit? Will he not? I don't know. He decides to block with his Corazon. Okay, I'm completely fine with that. That's no worries. Blocker's off board. But now look, that Sakazuki is -3 to his cost. And now I can go ahead and play my own Kobe and go ahead and pop that guy. Get that guy off the field after trash 1. Now here, it's a little bit interesting because I'm like, okay, if I trash the Kuzan, obviously he knows I have another Kuzan because why else would I trash it, right? So I'm kind of exposing my hand a little bit, but I mean, I can't discard my 2k counters, let's keep it real. And I want to keep the Sakazuki there so I can pop some other threats because guess what? We're going to be able to play Kuzan soon. Kuzan can -5 anything on my turn, which means that my leader ability is live for any card in the game, which means I can pop anything in the game. So I need to keep that. So I'm chilling now, and I keep 2 Dawn open. Not really a misplay, because in my head right now, I'm like, okay, even if I attached those 2 Dawns to those Garps earlier, I would have got blocked by the Corazon anyways. But on top of that, now, maybe he's thinking I have an Impact Wave, and maybe he might not attack me. You know, that's what I'm thinking. But he goes ahead, reduces cost. He plays Suru. He really wanted to get the Kobe off board, because I guess he's really worried about me continuing to punch and swing at him. Which is interesting. Interesting play by him. But, I mean, he got the Kobe off board. Fair enough. And I just decided to take the hit. So now he left 2 Dawn open. And so now I'm in the same position, right? I'm like, okay, shit. Does he have Impact Wave, or is homie just bluffing? But I'm like, okay, I'm at 10 Dawn now. I have 2 life, and I have Borsalino. This is like a black player's wet dream, right? Because I know I can't die next turn. So I could successfully get my 10 cost out. So first I'm going to attack with my Garp. If he decides to actually Impact Wave this, I'm chilling. Garp can't be hit by it. And also Borsalino can't be hit by it either, so I'm chilling. So I'm like, he's not going to use it. If anything, I could just get 1 card out of hand. That's going to be a counter. He decides to take the hit. We even up the life lead. And now my 10 cost comes out, and say goodbye to your Kuzan, homie. So now I have my 10 cost Kuzan on board. I have my leader ability, and I have a Sakazuki in my hand. And I was able to go second. I mean, is this just not a black player's wet dream? Because remember, with Kuzan on the board, on my turn, all of my opponent's characters are -5. Now, of course, he's at 10 Dawn now. He can do a bunch of stuff. But how is he going to pop anything on my board, right? That's the whole purpose of playing black. You want to get board control. You want to develop your board while eliminating your opponents. And black mirror matches, again, it just comes with who is going second. Me being able to play Borsalino on curve. Me being able to draw onto the Kobe. Me being able to play Kuzan on turn 5. It's not really fair. It's kind of like purple getting that Onigashima and seeing king after king into Kaido on curve and just blowing up the board, and you feel like you can't develop anything. It's just not fair. So he's taking his time here. He's thinking, and I'm like, okay, if anything comes out, I know it can't attack me because black doesn't have Russian OPO2, and I know that when the turn passes back over to me, I can pop anything in the game because Kuzan again -5, which puts them at a cost of 5 or lower. Sorry, it puts them at a cost of 7 or lower for my leader ability. I can go ahead and pop anything, but regardless, with just Kuzan on board, my Sakazuki is live and he can pop anything, right? So I'm not too worried. I guess right now he's just thinking, he's like, okay, do I lose next turn, right? Because of course I'll have 3 attacks. I probably could attack with Borsalino. Would I? Honestly, I wouldn't. Wouldn't make any sense to, because he's my blocker. But there's a world where, you know, if he does fully tap out, maybe he has his own Kuzan, then I can go ahead and just attack him, right? Attach my Dawn and try to go for game. So here he attacks me, and I'm like, I have 2 Borsalinos in hand. Like, do I want to keep Borsalino to play it? Yes, because it's very broken and it's very strong. But I'm like, I got another one in my hand. I can discard that. I don't want to take damage. And there is the 10 cost Kuzan. He plays the 10 cost Kuzan, and he says GG, I think. Damn. That's tough. That's tough because now obviously I could just swing into him. He has a bunch of cards in hand though, right? He has a bunch of cards in hand. He obviously has to rely on me attaching Dawn on my Borsalino, but then that opens me up, right? But again, he'll only have 1 really good attack because Suru's not attacking, so I'll be able to live 1 more turn because black has no rush. So again, he has his Kuzan on board, and he's typing to me. He's like, Kuzan on curve, and first played, and with Garp, it's really strong. I'm like, yeah, unfortunately it is, man. So here I go. I play my Sakazuki. I can just pitch my 2K counter here, get that off board. And here I'm like, all right, well, now I'm chilling. I can go ahead and attack. I should survive until next turn. But he said he'll try his best and keep playing, but then he just FF'd. So it is what it is. That's the first game. We are 1-0. We have 2 more games in this series. Make sure you guys subscribe if you enjoyed this. Let me know in the comment section below. And stay tuned for game number 2.